The last live I did, I left off talking about hold on, don't fix my glass. I left off talking about how my daughter and everything happened at the school. Well, I found one of the schools, and I'm gonna say the name because she's not going here either. It was called Maryville Elementary. I spoke to the guidance counselor. The guidance counselor told me that I had to get in touch with, I told y'all, the director of the Magna program, which is the Choice Selective Schools director, because the school that she was transferring from was one of them. So I got in touch with her. I explained the situation to her. She said, yeah, as I explained in the last live. Okay, then after that, I'm sorry if I'm talking low. I have a cold, as y'all guys can see by my nose. My daughter got it from my father-in-law, and my father-in-law passed it to my son, and my son passed it to my daughter, and my daughter passed it to me, and now my baby has it. So yeah. Um. So anyway, basically, um, they said that it was okay, right, to go ahead and do the transfer. Is what the guidance counselor told me that the principal said. So I did the transfer for all three of the kids, and then she said, "No, I'm only gonna take your one child." So I was like, "Well, that's not gonna work because I want them all to go to the same school. Of course, and this school is like 20 minutes from where I live. So I was like, I want them all to go to the same school. Like, I don't want them going to different schools." Um, so, um, basically the principal was like, well, I'm not going to do the transfer. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, hi, Biscuit. And, she was like, well, I'll let the district know. I was like, yeah, if you could let the district know, because I've been running around like trying to get this transfer in for like a week, and for you to say, okay, well, I'm not going to take your child or your children. She said she'll take the one, but she wouldn't take all of them. So I was like, okay, but your guidance counselor told me that she already explained the situation to you. You knew everything. Like that I needed all three of them. Hi EGS, I think that's how you say it. Hi KJ. That's what I'm gonna say. Um, so you knew that all three of them needed to go. And she was like, yeah, but I'm not gonna accommodate all three of them. I'm only gonna take one. So I was like, okay. So mind you, I'm still waiting for the other principal in the other school to call me to tell me if he would take them, um, in the school. And hello, Bella. And he said no. He said nope. And the lady had told me in the school, the guidance counselor had told me in that school that they were taking special needs. And they were really only doing special needs only, but they would take um consideration, being that, I did have the special needs. They would take consideration of the other two. Well, he told me no for all three of them. Um, so I was like, okay, you know. So that's all the schools that's within the area. And I was I was just like, you know what? I'm putting them in online school. Now that's been hell because um they're like, my son's immunization records are blurry, so they want me to get that. They was trying to say my husband needed adoption papers for his stepson. because I uploaded my marriage license, I uploaded his birth certificate, and they was like, we need adoption papers for your son. I was like, well, he's not the father. It's not on the birth certificate. Why would... I was like, okay. So she was like, well, I could put him as emergency contact. Like, so anyway, just nitpicking. So then I did that. And then she was like, the immunization record is blurry because my pediatrician does what is called a wet copy. So they write everything out. Like, they don't give you a printed copy. They write everything out. So it got wet, apparently, because it was old. I mean, I got that thing probably back in 2020. So it was old. It got wet. It wasn't completely messed up. It was just a little, whereas you could still see the numbers. Um, I think it probably from the rain or something. That's literally, it was droplets. So they were like, oh, well, we're not taking that. Meanwhile, my daughters, like I said, it had to be from the rain because my daughters had the exact same little blur. So I was like, but y'all took, okay. So anyway, I have to go back to the pediatrician's office to get another copy of my son's immunizations. And she's like, well, the deadline is today. So if you don't get all this paperwork in... Oh, and by the way, they denied my proof of residency. I had a bank statement. So this is the weird part about this, and I'll backtrack in a minute. But they denied my proof of residency because it was a bank statement. They didn't want to take a bank statement. Anyway, so about the proof of residency, they said they will take the proof of residency because it's the stepfather's license and it has the address on it. But they would not... Does that make sense? They would not take my marriage license as a proof of guardianship for my own son. Because he didn't have any my husband didn't have any adoption papers. But they recognize him as a stepfather when it comes to the driver's license. That made no sense to me. But I was like, okay, if y'all want to take his driver's license as the proof of residency, fine, whatever. So she was like, yeah, if you could upload that and just upload a new copy of the immunizations, that would be great. But until we get that, you have until tonight, because if you don't get all this done, the next time they have to register would be April 5th. Meanwhile, they've been out of school this whole time. Okay, this whole freaking time they've been out of school because I'm trying to find a school that would take them and find room for them. And then the school that I thought I had said no, just blatantly, no. Right now, I'm sitting in front of this school because my son, this is not his school. This is just a school in the neighborhood, the middle school, because my son has counseling. So then I have an ultrasound appointment at 2 o'clock. And I still have to go by the pediatrician's office and figure out how I'm going to get immunization. Oh, by the way, so I went to get a copy of my other son's immunizations because they said he was missing some. And his immunization record was out of date. So, and here they come. So I have to get a new one. Well, they put the wrong... expiration date on it. The new one. So I have to run and go deal with that. Like, the plan is to get up out of here as soon as possible. I'm so done with this area. I commend people who stay here, but I'm so done with this area. Anyway, guys, I gotta hop off. I just hopped on to give a quick update of what's going on with the school situation and what the plan is long term. Um, and I'm not gonna say where I'm going. I'll let y'all know that once that happens because I have stalkers. So, um, that's the plan and that's what's going on. I will get back on here and update once I figure out how I'm gonna get everything done. And if I don't get everything done, I'm gonna still update you. But yeah, I was alive and I'll see y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Yeah, bye bye.